Ed Yardeni is with us, President Yardeni Research. Ed, good to have you with us here. As always, appreciate your time. Just want to start with what we're seeing in China. There's a bit of a rebound. And as we've seen over the last 1.5, 2 years or so, some of these rebounds can be pretty sharp, 20, 25%, 30%, at least two of those in the last 2 years. Do you think we're in the midst of one of those, or this is going to fizzle out faster?
Well, I think we may very well be in the midst of one of those, but they're really for traders. They're not for investors. I think investors have lost confidence in whether you can even invest in China, given that the government seems to oscillate between embracing foreign investors and indicating that they want to have more control over business. So I don't think that this is going to be a major trend change in the Chinese market. And I think that rallies should probably be sold.
Okay, rally should be sold into. Interesting. Ed, hi, good morning. For the Indian markets, though, buying every dip has been the best strategy this year so far, actually in the last one and a half years. You think that's going to change anytime soon?
Yeah, it's just, India's had an extraordinary run. And I think the fact that you were reporting that foreigners are coming in maybe more aggressively into the market. On the one hand, that's a good sign. That's a sign that foreign investors are doing more homework on how things are going in India, and they're concluding that it's a good, safe place to invest. On the other hand, sometimes foreigners can be contrary indicators when they come in. Sometimes that gets you near the top of the market because they are sort of late in recognizing bull markets. So I think that the fundamentals still look quite good. It's just a question of evaluation.
All right. Hi, Ed. Morning and good to see you in. What do you make of the big move we saw in NVIDIA? And those Super 7 or so to call it, there seems to be some narrowing out there because they are accounting for bulk of the gains. Do you think they're getting a little bit ahead of themselves? Do you think, look at the numbers, look at the company that's coming in. It's going up with good merit.
Yeah, no, it's been extraordinary. And for those of us who've been around for a while, it's sort of reminiscent of what we saw happen in the late 1990s in the U.S. stock market. And it's very reminiscent of the way that one of the biggest stocks, Cisco, went straight up during 1998 and 1999. And it was a good company with good solid earnings. And it was the major provider of equipment for the internet. So there's a lot of good reasons to own it, but then it came crashing down subsequently. I'm not predicting that for NVIDIA, but I'm watching out. I wrote a article just the other last week, which was titled "Artificial Intelligence Isn't Intelligent," and so I'm a little skeptical about whether artificial intelligence is ready for prime time. I think it will make a difference over time in productivity, but it's got a long ways to go. And investors seem to be getting a little bit ahead of the fundamentals.
Okay, I guess some amount of caution is always prudent. Ed, thanks a lot for joining in and giving us your thoughts. That's Ed Yardeni of Yardeni Research. That's